Someone is heavily thinking about you. And let me put it that way, the thoughts that they're having, the fantasies are really spicy. Now today we're gonna take a look at what's going on. I have 3 different piles here with oracle cards and channel messages from your crush, your counterpart, your twin flame, whoever it is that you have on your mind. There are some messages under these stones here. Now what I'd like you to do is I want you to take a look at these piles and just intuitively take a moment and just see where you feel drawn to, okay? It's not about overthinking it. We have this green stone here. This is number 1. The blue stone is number 2. And the white one is number 3. Now let's take a second. By the way, of course, the timestamps for all the readings will be down below in the comment section. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, go to the link down below as well. And you can find my store and my offers. So let's go to the readings. Okay, welcome pile number 1. Here is your reading. You've picked this beautiful stone. It is also very symbolic for abundance, and I feel that you're overall the way you are. So this is kind of your energy. You're very abundant. You're someone, you're rich in energy. You're a very optimistic person with so much to offer, and I am very excited to share this reading with you. Now let's get started with the oracle cards, and let me show them here because I'm not going to show them on the table. The first card that is coming up is Discovery. The second card that we have is Peace. Okay, number 3, Elevation. Number 4, Pleasure. Number 5 is Taurus. Number 6 is Chance, which is kind of like the card for me. It's like fate. The first thing that I'm seeing here or picking up on intuitively is that this might be a fated encounter, or you might feel as though you've met this person to elevate together. I'm feeling that this is not just pleasure. Okay, yes, there is a lot of sensuality in your connection. It's very much giving this, when you're intimate with them, or when they're picturing this with you, like those scenarios, those fantasies that they keep having late at night. It's very much about the sensual aspect where you're kind of, all your senses are involved, and it's like they can't get enough of you, just like with that pleasure card. Let's get into this for a second, because that is interesting. There is food on there, sweet, like candy, sweet treats, and the way that I see this is they think of you like a sweet treat, the sweetest sin, like pleasure, like pure pleasure. But there is a deeper layer to it, because the way that you elevate together is beyond this connection on the physical level, where it's just about pleasure, about pleasing you, about pleasing each other. Together you elevate into peace, is what I'm hearing. Without peace, we have two different layers that come up here. The first one is really I'm seeing you creating something together, okay? Because sensual energy, I don't know if you know this, but that energy of the sacral chakra, your sensual energy, is also the energy of creation. And what I'm seeing is you're together, you're rising, you're mastering your sensual energy to create something beautiful in this world together. That could be starting a family, yes. So they might have thoughts of that too. But it's also creating something through your love, okay? It's almost this, when you come together in the physical world, a new energy is emerging out of this connection that will change the world around you, if it makes sense. Another thing here is there's a couple soaring in the sky and a dove is hovering above them. I do sense that they feel that you bring them peace. When they're having those thoughts, okay, those spicy thoughts, it's you bring a sense of comfort to that person. They love to think about pleasuring you, pleasure with you. They think that you're very delicious and exciting. And that also is a person, so they are a person who loves the pleasures in life. Good food, good music. That is the energy of Taurus, very much. Taurus is all about the sensual side of life. Does not always mean in a sexual way, but also in a way of just the beautiful luxuries of life. That could be something like going on a date. They want to seduce you. They want to offer you things that get you in the mood, if you know what I'm saying, like maybe taking you out to a beautiful restaurant. Good food, good music, a good atmosphere overall. And then they take you home and then it's time for pleasure. It's a slow unfolding. Another thing is they want to discover you. I'm getting the energy of they're very excited about what they haven't seen yet, okay? So they're definitely fantasizing about what you look like, what you're into, because I'm sensing this is a new connection. Or if you've already been with that person before, they want to see a whole new side of you. They would like to discover what is hidden because there is so much to you. As I've said before, you're a very rich person. I'm not talking about like monetary. I'm talking about rich in your soul. You have so much to offer, and they are sensing it, and they are very, very turned on by it. Let me just say it like this. Also, you're giving a sensual, I don't even know the word. It's when they look at you, they see that you're exuding an allure, a sensuality. You're really a walking magnet. Like you magnetize them. And with chance, even if there might have been some obstacles in between you so far with this unfolding, there is somewhat of a divine intervention happening. Take what resonates here. We're gonna get into the more spicy messages in a second, but I want to slowly unravel this. And I feel they also do want this. A slow unraveling of you so that you feel grounded, that you feel good. So just like I said before, before they even get into the sensual part, they want you to feel good in all ways before this happens, and there is innocence about them. They are very innocent. They are someone who is they might have had multiple partners before you, but they have kept a sense of innocence. Another thing about this person is that they're extremely loyal. When they give their heart, they give it completely. They want to give it their all. They want to be the person who gives everything to you on a material level, on a soul level, but also in a romantic way, in a sensual way. They're all in, okay? So it could also be that when they're taking you out on dates and when they're, seducing you, that they might be a little bit over the top, that it might look a little bit like they're performing, but that's just because they have a very generous attitude to them. They live to spoil, and for them, it's not that they want anything in return. I think I want to emphasize that here. When they're doing all these things, like sometimes when you're going out on a date with someone, you might feel pressured to do certain, do certain things, like maybe they are expecting this because they have paid for everything, and this person is not like this at all. They would do anything to please you, and they want nothing in return, because pleasing you is their greatest pleasure. Seeing you happy, seeing you also aroused, and that way gives them a rush. So they want you to feel good in all areas. And with the snail and the huckleberry, this is trust in the invisible. You're called to trust fully in the invisible here. When it comes to the how this develops, okay? Because it's not fully developed yet, but don't worry, okay? They're definitely having some spicy thoughts. Late at night, I'm staring at your pictures. Okay? And I think you're getting the, what's behind that. They're not only looking at your pictures because you're pretty. Okay? They're looking at your pictures and they might be touching themselves. That's what I'm picking up on. They're always looking at you with respect, but they are touching themselves looking at you. The way you move drives me insane. What they're turned on by is literally the small things about you. That could be the way you move, really your gestures, or the way you walk, the way you dress, your voice, your eyes. Every little thing you do drives them crazy. Weak with need, you break my defenses. Everything you do drives them crazy, and to the point that I'm seeing chains of breaking, or it's a wall that they're taking down because they really want it. Okay, but not in a way it's oh, I want it, and just to have you as a trophy, because you're so glamorous, or if you're a man, you're so strong, you have something about you. This goes for all genders. You have something about you that could be like a trophy for some. It's that they're bragging and stuff, but for them, it's really about you. They want to make everything about you, not to brag, but because they truly appreciate you so much, and they are so turned on by you. You have them weak with need. Weak, I'm seeing them in bed at night, they're shaking. You're the sweetest sin. Oh my God, this is perfect. This is actually perfect because of the candy here. You're really, what I'm feeling is when they're indulging in those fantasies, because they're awake at night, the way that it usually starts is they're looking at your pictures and it's already getting hot, It's getting hot in here. They're awake at night. They are playing out fantasies, and it's almost like when you have a really good dessert. I'm picking up on you're the sweetest dessert. I want a taste of you. I'm craving you 24/7. It's, when you're, I don't know, it's when you're coming home and you have a good dessert at home, and you're all day long, you're looking forward to eating it because you're I crave this so much. And they crave you. They crave looking at you, fantasizing in that way. And when they get started, they can't stop because you're so delicious. You're so delicious and you're so sweet. And something about you, my heart is really beating faster as I'm saying this, something about you gives them the sweetest rush. Like some people say you get a rush from sugar. It's like when they indulge in those fantasies, they are getting a rush from just pleasing themselves. They are fantasizing about you in that way. I would not be surprised if when that happens, they might tell you about this and like confess to you that they've been fantasizing about you all along. But yeah, that is the overall energy. And I do see them as a very loyal lover. They would like to be the one who will please you all throughout. Not only all night long is what I'm hearing. So they're someone who really has a lot of stamina. Like that bull, you know, they can go all night. When they get started, they can't stop. And when that pleasure hits, it hits, okay? And they want to give in return. Because the way you turn them on, they're feeling so much and they want to give it back to you. They're not a taker, they are a giver, and they like to give, okay? Take what resonates on all levels. So that is pile number 1. It's really spicy. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2, we have this beautiful stone. It's also very much linked to intuition and your inner guidance. And I do feel that you're in this connection very much guided by your intuition. Now let me see what's coming up for you. The first card is success. Whoever this is could be successful. Now let's see what that next card, because I want to take a look at the cards first. Desert Island. Beautiful. We have a change coming up for you. And then we have Capricorn. So that could be significant. It could be Capricorn. And we have House. The first thing I want to point out is that they might be successful. Whoever this is, they might be someone who has a lot of drive and ambition. And something tells me that they are also kind of using this as their weapon to make themselves more attractive to you. They want you to perceive them as a good catch, you know? So this is interesting. For some time, because they've been very let down in the past in their live life, they have isolated themselves because I'm hearing this attitude of, well, it doesn't matter anyways, you know, I'm not going to find the right person. And ever since you came into this person's life, everything has changed. Like you're the one who brings a change into their whole entire life, not only on a level of their emotions. So they're feeling, it's like I'm seeing a door that opens. We also have a house. So it's the symbolism of you're kind of, it's almost like you're having the key to their inner world already, even though that connection seems to be pretty fresh or it's still in the making, it's still beginning, but you already have the key to their home, to their innermost sanctuary. Because on a deeper level, they trust you. They trust you because they see something in you that they have not seen with other partners before. With that house, what that is telling me, because of the nest as well, yes, they are having some spicy fantasies for sure, but they are also very, very serious about this. You know, there are different levels of being serious, but that level of serious is really that level of they want to marry you, or even want to have children with you, want to build a nest. And I'm seeing them when they're having those fantasies and playing out different scenarios with you, they're also seeing you as a partner for life. Where it's, you know, that person is definitely someone they cannot just be sensual. They cannot just go after someone just for the sake of having a romantic, sensual, you know, a spicy experience. You know, I don't want to be too graphic here, but they need to feel a certain level of trust, safety, and intimacy. And with you, it's like they feel like they can share anything and everything with you. And because of what they've seen in you so far, something within them, it's like they're not even doing it very consciously, but on a subconscious level, they want to build this family life with you. I wouldn't be surprised if they've already made up scenarios while falling asleep of maybe getting married, you know, maybe seeing that moment where you're walking down the aisle and everyone is standing there and it's so beautiful and it's so romantic, you know, because for them, their sexuality is very deeply linked to also feeling secure and having this in a frame of a long-term commitment. You can call them a little traditional, but they are not boring, okay? We're gonna get to this in a second. They might be a Capricorn, or they might have Capricorn in their chart, but the energy of a Capricorn is very stable, okay? It's about building. It's also about the home and the hearth, you know, being at home, making a beautiful space at home, building fortune and success. And I'm sensing that they also would like to provide for you. They would like to nurture you on an emotional level, but they'd also like to provide financially. Let's see what else we have coming up here. This is stagnation. There is a level of feeling stuck, not knowing what's next on your end, I feel. Sometimes you're wondering, where's this going? Where's this going? Why is it not progressing faster? You're impatient AF, okay? But with them, they're a steady energy. Like that Capricorn energy that they're bringing is steady. Through steady effort, through pouring in energy into the connection, this steady building, like you're building a home brick by brick. It's not built in a day, but that home is gonna withstand storms, rain, everything, okay? So they want to take it a little slower and open up, almost like a flower is opening up, trusting you, leaning fully into this, being vulnerable with you. And then, you know, when you have this down, it's like the foundation and nothing can shake you. So they're going in for the long run. That's why they're moving a little bit slower. You bring them extreme bliss. When they're thinking about you, they're smiling completely. No one can do that. No one can make them feel like you do. You're the reason they're waking up smiling. You're the reason you're the light of their life. You're their happiness. And on the same level with the ladybug, you're also their good luck charm. They feel like with that change, since you came into this person's life, everything has turned for the better. And because you're that good luck charm, they want to make sure that they will never ever lose you. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, that's so sweet. And we have devotion. Okay, with that spicy energy, they might be into some role play, or they might be submissive, but on another neutral level, they're also very devoted to you. They are that type of lover when they have fallen, when they have given their heart. I'm seeing them really giving you their heart. This is for life, okay? They're not playing around. They're not messing around. And also when you're married, in the future, when you're married, that's it, okay? When you're marrying them, they will make sure that you're staying together. Doesn't matter. They would put it in their complete effort until they have nothing left for you. That's also a little dangerous because that makes them prone to being used by others for their own agenda. And that's why they're having those trust issues. But let's look into their spicy thoughts. Okay, your mysterious aura makes me want you even more. And I'm seeing them almost being in shock. They're almost a little shocked just at how you are, the way you are. I feel like you're very free-spirited and very intuitive, and that turns them on. That person is very much turned on, not only by like the way you look, but they're turned on by the way you think, the way you see the world. I've imagined this too many times. Well, they're kind of awake at night. I'm seeing them playing out different scenarios, and those scenarios are kind of where you're already together in your home and you're getting intimate with that person. They would like for this to keep the spice even when you're together for a long time. They want to there's someone they might like to bring in new things into the bedroom, you know, if you know what I'm saying. They want you to be satisfied on all levels, but what they need, like when I'm looking at them as an energy, they need trust. And the more trust they have, the more they're gonna let it all out. You've got something I can't resist. At night, I'm awake playing out fantasies of us. Okay, so I'm seeing that there is something about you that you might not even be aware of that makes them fall to their knees. And they're, you know, when they're picturing those scenarios, they kind of want to show a side of that they've never shown anyone before. They've been intimate with some people throughout their life. They've had a couple partners, but I'm almost seeing like a treasure chest that is locked somewhere, and there are all these fantasies that they've never explored. And with you, with that change, I feel that they would like to change that. They would like to, instead of being this desert island and just never putting the cards on the table, sharing their fantasies, you're someone they trust on a level that they are free to share their sensual fantasies with you. They're also as give me a taste of you. They might like to kiss you all over your body, okay? I'm seeing them being very into this, kissing you, kissing your neck, you know, everywhere. Basically, they want that overall sensual experience with you. They very much would like to explore new topics. So, you know, when that happens, I want you to know that you can definitely, it goes both ways, okay? You can definitely trust that person to be open. And I feel that would even turn them on more if you were to share what you would like to explore. Almost like with that island, like going to new places on a sensual level. Like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Tell me more about this. Let's switch things up. Let's change things. You know, they might be traditional, yes, where they want to get married and everything, but don't get me wrong here. They're very much They have a freaky side that they haven't yet shared with anyone, and they'd like you to be the one to share it with, but for life, okay? So definitely be aware that they're in it for the long run. Now let's move on to the last pile. Okay, pile number 3, the white stone. Kind of reminds me, to me, it's like heavenly. So when they're thinking about you, they're really taken to another realm almost. It's a supernatural experience. I feel like when they're thinking about you in a spicy way, it takes them to another dimension and they feel like they've just experienced a spiritual awakening almost. We have fame as the first card, commerce. Interesting. Then we have the sign of Cancer, so they could be a Cancer, doesn't have to be. Water and wisdom. That's interesting. So first of all, whoever this is, either they could be famous, they could have a following or some sort of reputation online, or be in the public eye, doesn't have to be, or they could see you as a sort of an icon, or to them you're kind of exuding that celebrity energy, because it always goes both ways. We also have commerce. I do feel that there is some sort of fortune or good fortune in your future together. Like you might even be starting a business or a project together. We have Cancer. Cancer energy is a very, very much linked to this water element. They are they're having very, very deep feelings for you. Also, they are very tender and they have a fragile heart that has been broken before. So when we're tuning into that sensual energy for them, it's really important that you know that they have been hurt before, but they're opening up their heart for you because they trust that it's the right thing to do. But for them, it takes a little courage, okay, to open their heart, to tune into this again, to allow. And it is not, they're not just someone who could just get intimate just like that. They need a lot of emotional reassurance or connection, or that connection on a deeper level to be able to open up in that way. And something they really truly love about you is your depth. Okay, you're definitely not someone you're just, someone who would just be surface level. No, your wisdom, your intellect is what is turning them on so bad. They feel like they haven't yet figured you out, and they might never, is what I'm hearing. They might never figure you out, and that makes them want you more. It makes them want to learn more about you, and the more they learn, even if it's unrelated to spicy things, it makes them crave you more. It makes them long for you more because they just love you for who you are as a whole. We have boundaries here. They are someone, they're very much about respecting your boundaries. When it comes to the spicy aspect, okay, they are making sure that you're taken care of and that your feelings are valid, okay? They're someone you can definitely discuss whatever's going on with them. You can always be open. You don't have to hold back. There's anything you want, anything you don't want, just tell me is what I'm hearing. Just tell me what you want and I will make it happen. I will do it for you. I will make sure that you feel safe, seen, and heard in this connection. The chipmunk and the laurel, success. So that definitely hits the spot with that success energy or fame energy that we have here. This is interesting. You're the main motivation for that person to be more successful. I'm feeling that they are pouring all this energy that you give them. You know, they want to be a better person for you. You motivate them like no one else before, and you make them want to reach new heights, but they also want you to be a part of this. They want you to benefit from this. They want you to taste that delicious, those fruits of their labor. You should always have a part of this, a part of that cake. Now, that could also be that they like to take care of you in the future financially. Take what resonates, but they might want to be, you know, they might want you to stay at home and they work and they're bringing in the money. And you're just leaning back, living your life, being the beautiful person you are, and just taking care of you might bring them the greatest pleasure, productivity. That is someone who's very, very ambitious. That's funny, kind of that it is coming through like this. They are very ambitious, have high goals. I think that turns you on as well, is that they've got their life together, and that kind of gives you this opportunity to just let go and relax and have the safety. And with that comes all that other stuff where you feel safe to just let yourself go, and they are giving you safety in an emotional way, not only material. So I'd say that is a really good catch you've got going on here. My feelings for you are something I have never experienced. I think they've never desired someone in the way that they desire you. The more emotionally attached they're getting to you, the more they're craving you. Tell me what you want to do, or tell me what you want me to do. When they're thinking about being intimate with you, it's like they want you to tell them what to do, or they would like to know what you're into, or have some clear information instructions on. Okay, you know, what feels good, what does not feel good, because for them, it's really key that you feel safe and that there is this trust, okay? They want you to trust and just fully lean into the experience. They're extremely caring and loving, and I also sense that they might be into touching you gently, okay? Touching you gently, and they are extremely patient. So if there's in any way, shape, or form something you don't like, they would always respect your boundaries, and they will take the time you personally need. They would never rush you into things. There is also a deep longing, not gonna lie. It scares them sometimes. Like I said, they've never felt drawn to someone. They've never wanted someone the way that they want you, and sometimes it scares them because of the intensity of this connection. Like, those fantasies, they've never had it before. Like, of course, they are loving, caring, gentle, but they also have some fantasies that might be a little spicier, okay? It's getting harder to hold back. Every single day, they're trying to keep their composure, but it's getting harder and harder to hold back. And they do want to experience it all. I feel like once that happens, because I sense that with you, it's not fully, it hasn't fully, you haven't really been at that point where you both fully let your guard down. But once it happens, it's like a dam is breaking with that water. The entire time they've been hiding parts of themselves, and now it's time to let it all out, and you're the person they want to do it with. I'm also seeing them holding you in their arms, okay? They're holding you, they're touching you, caressing you, maybe caressing your cheek, like kissing you, and just telling you that you mean the world to them. This is a person who would when you're intimate with them, caress you gently, say nice things to you, really like beautiful things, very romantic things, not like other people who would just go into the spicy stuff. No, they would compliment you on such a level that you feel completely held. So they not only do they want to hold you physically, but they want to hold you emotionally. They want to hold you, give you the space to fully unfold. And I think that this is something you've been craving for yourself for a very long time. They do want to take it slow, but just because with a porcupine, it's interesting. This animal is kind of having like a defense mechanism when they feel threatened. And I feel like sometimes you're holding back because you're not fully trusting that it is really that good. And they're saying, I am patient with you. I am holding space for you. And I'm gonna wait as long as need be, because I want this so much that I will never let anything come between us. So also circumstances or whatever is happening in the physical, I want to hold you and never let you go. They never want to let you go. And I feel like once you're cuddling and doing all these things, there's someone, they would hold on to you. Literally, I'm seeing them holding you. You're falling asleep, they're holding you the entire night. Once you just, get away from them for a second, they'd be pulling you in again. Because once they're holding you, they will not let go again. Because they have fought so much to get you that they don't ever want to let go again. That is really, really sweet, guys. Oh my God, that was so beautiful. We're already 45 minutes in. This is wild. Time flies when I'm doing these readings. By the way, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer them in my Stan store. You can book a personal session if you'd like to have some advice on what is currently going on, if you want some advice on manifesting your desires, but also I offer channeled messages from your person, from your counterpart, twin flame, their higher self. I'm tuning into their energies and delivering messages like these. If you're interested in this, check the link down below. That was it for today. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. The channel's growing so much and I'm just honestly so grateful for this space here. So thank you for being here. And if it resonated, leave your comment. I want to know your pile, what resonated, what you're thinking. If you have some things that you'd like to share, I'm always curious to read that. And well, that was it for today, and I will see you around in the next one.